The entire Eastern wisdom and that includes meditation and mindfulness. It shows us how to solve the riddles of life, whether that riddle is my personal problem, anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, or it is social or professional challenges. That is how it works. But we use this mindfulness meditation as if it is a problem of our day-to-day life. That is not going to help us at all. That is not going to help us at all. So you see that every text, we don't have time to study these texts. So the first question is asked, which knowledge, what is that knowledge which liberates one from the suffering? This is a big question. Now break up into a small question. What is knowledge? You know that you are listening to me. You know that you are sitting in front of computer. This is knowledge. This is your awareness. This is your experience. So we do not need to go academically, philosophically. The philosophers continue to suffer. But Eastern wisdom shows here is a knowledge, and let us realize this knowledge. So break up this big question into a small question. What is that knowledge? Awareness, knowledge, and experience. Basically, they are synonyms. What I am experiencing now, I am listening to you. Knowledge. Now, the second small question comes, what is right knowledge and what is wrong? Even the wrong knowledge is good, is applied in day-to-day life. So these masters categorize. They say it is a right knowledge when the mind is facing to the self and it wants to discover that innermost self. How simple. But here is a catch. So how to understand through the mind and the intellect? So there the master says openly, any knowledge that promotes detachment, that drops craving, that drops obsession, is the right knowledge. So once we have a clarity in our head, I remember after a couple of years, my mind thought that I should offer a rose flower to my master every time I go. So I used to pick up 5 or 6 flowers, bouquet, and used to offer. And it happened maybe 7 or 8 times. I offered him, I prostrated. And I said, my mind said that, okay, now my master is happy. You see that? That is how it works. That is how it works in our daily life. So it happened, one day my master told me that from today you need not to bring this rose flower. Now apply this. Right knowledge is that promotes detachment. But I was very much attached. Next time I went to my master and I brought the same rose flower. He took it into his hand and he threw it. I told you not to bring this flower. It is done. I know you love me. I know you respect me. I know you want to learn. and he threw it in front of almost 40, 50 people were there. And I got upset. Why? Because of attachment. So in both master and the teacher, the master should also promote detachment, and the student should also learn a kind of detachment. The right knowledge should be on the top of your head all the time when you are learning and treading this path of Eastern wisdom. Any knowledge that promotes attachment. And then I left it. And then he told me, this is respect, 1. Purification of intellect to keep that right knowledge is the 2nd. And the 3rd is the practice. So I'll pick up only one principle, which is known as Mangala Charan. Mangala Charan is roughly translated in English as auspicious moment. Auspicious moment. When there is no auspicious moment in the mind and the intellect, this learning is not complete. It will never be complete. Now what happens outside? So a seeker and a student should respect, should prostrate to the teacher. It is related to auspicious moment. Remember this. It is not related that he is a teacher, that is why I should prostrate. See the understanding. In every text, I would say 99.9% of more than 3,000 texts, directly or indirectly, the first verse is Mangala Charan, invoking an auspicious moment. Now see outside, what is outside? Prostrate, respect, love. You can add lot of stuff. Now you should listen to the teacher, you should follow it. There are a lot of stuff. But it is to invoke the auspicious moment in the mind to learn this Eastern wisdom, or even including mindfulness and meditation. Buddha said the first of the Eightfold Noble Path, the right knowledge. Can you guess? Can you link the two? So the master comes with an explanation. As long as this mind is filled with the knowledge of the objective word, meditation cannot succeed. So what is the meaning of auspicious moment? That is the principle. And the practice, I should prostrate, I should offer bouquet, and long list. And the simple answer is, you keep your ego and the mind in abeyance aside, because that pertains to objective reality. So when you keep that ego in the mind and what we know of the word, we keep it aside, we are ready to learn, we become a seeker. That is the role of prostration, that is the role of offering, that is the role whatever we do physically. See that? In every text we find Mangala Charan. You can remember auspicious moment. what we do, I've been very busy, my mind is running into the world and I'm fully busy, but let me practice meditation. So the mind is already obsessed with the objective world. How can you succeed? So we should understand every principle. So that is what is the right knowledge. Now, two things. Why this prostration? Why this offering? I offer this. And then I used to prostrate. I used to sit on the ground. The day came after a couple of years, my master said, now you have to sit on the chair beside me. I did not do it. Why? Because I respect the teacher. But that was the craziness of the mind. And then one day he called me, he said, you don't listen to me. You respect me, you prostrate me. I say, stop prostrating me. You have reached to that state, but you are doing the same thing. You don't listen to me. See that? Look at this. So right knowledge, and it took me a couple of years to understand that and accept it. Couple of years. And he used to talk in a very layman's language. He said, think what I am saying. Don't do what I do what I say you to do. Don't imitate, don't copy me. All are related to the very first principle, how to invoke the auspicious moment in my head through learning, through intellect, so that the journey starts and never ends. I could say I have a tremendous influence of my master because every time he made everything clear. That is the actual journey of mindfulness or meditation or any meditation. Mantra meditation, Kundalini meditation. The basic principle is the same. Basic principle is nothing but it is same. One thing more. So you need to contemplate this week before we meet. Right knowledge is a matter of choice. The wrong knowledge is not a matter of choice. Wrong knowledge that promotes attachment, that promotes craving, that promotes obsession, that makes a backdoor entry. Subconsciously, habitually, mechanically. Wrong knowledge makes a backdoor entry. Today I am going for a workshop. Around 20 people are there. So now see that if one person, Casey, respects me, loves me, but the moment, because she is very well known here in this valley. Now if she prostrate and other people watch, they follow it, the follower cannot progress. I have to reason. I have to ask myself what she is doing and what I am doing. Should I need to do it? And the answer is invoking an auspicious moment without prostration. Okay, let me keep my mind aside. What I know until today has not been able to solve the riddles of the life. So let me keep that knowledge aside. Let my keep mind open. Let me see, let me understand what is that right knowledge that promotes detachment and dispassion, which will ultimately help me progress into meditation. Simple. But to keep that state of the mind demands a regular practice, a regular contemplation and reflection, and then we succeed. So from next time, after understanding, the moment you are here, keep that auspicious moment. Where? In your head. In your head. You need not to fold the hands. You need not to say namaste. If you can do it, if you can work on the mind and keep that auspicious moment, the journey definitely succeeds. We'll open up that sutra, that verse little more. If you are ready, you can ask that question. So let us start our journey of meditation or mindfulness. Eyes are closed. I'll give you another glimpse in the first step today. I'm moving towards advanced journey, so eyes are closed. Adjust. Be in any position of the body. Forget about, the mind knows, oh, should I sit in lotus pose? No. No. Whatever the position that is comfortable is the key. Is the key. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a teacher that shows you that, see, I can do it and you can't do it. No competition. So, my friend, your eyes are closed, you are comfortable. Now I give you why Mangalacharan, how the auspicious moment enters into your mind. How you invoke. The answer is when the mind is very subtle, it stays there, it becomes an auspicious moment. You see, I gave another expression, teaching from other master. But how to do it? With that eyes closed, you become aware of the world outside. The room, the articles. What did I say? The right knowledge when the mind is facing to the self. But I don't know the self, what should I do? So become aware of the physical mind that is aware of the room, the sound outside. Why it is physical? Because it is looking at the physical object. Simple way. Will it happen in a day? No. It needs further inquiry and regular practice. Now look at your physical body from the top of the head to the toes. So it is the physical body, the physical mind has to be aware of it. The mind is extremely flexible, plastic. We don't look at the mind. Mind is objectified and then it creates and promotes attachment and then we are gone. Now see that. Let the magic happen in you. Look at the breath. Can you separate? It is the subtle mind. It is the subtle mind that is looking at the breath. At the same time, it is aware of the physical body through the physical mind. It is aware of the world outside through the physical mind. The mind, there is a simultaneous awareness. Mangalacharan, the word is used in a very delicate sense. Now see, deeper than the breath, become aware of the thoughts and the feeling and the ideas and the memory. That is subtler mind. It is subtler than the subtle mind that is looking at the breath. So now we are moving into an auspicious moment. Why? Just be carefree. Thoughts are coming, let it come. Whatever is known, that is a content of the mind. Why I tell be carefree? It is because of this. And what is behind the contents of the mind? The container is the mind. The space does not change. Even if you put a triangular container, triangular object, square object, rectangle object of our body, the space remains the same. Similarly, there is the subtlest mind that never changes, that looks like the space, that perceives everything. That is an open mind. See that? We talk, we stretch through the words. What is the open mind? Look at this. One way to understand and experience awareness, knowledge and experience, that I am not carried away by the content of the mind. I am not carried away by the breath, which is the subtle mind. I am not carried away by the physical body. I know I am not carried away by anything happening outside. So that mind is facing to the self, even we don't know the self. See that. To reach, to settle into that state is the key to succeed. Now, move the mind on the entire body and its joints, looking at the neck joint, shoulder joints, hip joint, knees, ankles, toes, finger, and experience being comfortable, sensation and steadiness. I'm still, I'm adding this being comfortable, being carefree, so that both the steps helps you to understand and experience deeply. So, carefree. In being carefree, I give a simile. You are standing across the road and watching the traffic. Now, question is how your mind and the intellect understand. They both are the mind. Mind, objective, all the contents, thoughts and ideas. And the mind subjective is standing across the road. You see, so at a very subtler level, I always invoked Mangalacharan, but I never told you. Being carefree. So we experience as if a sense of freedom. And that sense of freedom is an open mind to receive the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom and the steps to succeed. And now being natural, casual. You know what is being natural and casual? What is natural? Only one thing, existence. For a better understanding, the space is natural. You build a skyscraper and you demolish it, the space is not at all affected. So the space is natural, not impacted by anything that changes in the world outside. Apply that in your personal life, professional life, social life. What it needs? It needs a subtlest mind. How simple it is. So let us move little deeper. Let us settle the mind so that it keeps facing to the self which is not yet known. So how do we express? We teachers, we say, let the mind face to the self. Not to the world outside, but opposite. I trust you will maintain that awareness in the next step. So look at the head and the neck. Be there. Feel the presence and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So we are not hesitating and fighting with the mind to look inside. We are using the same movement of the mind to settle in sensation, relaxation, and stillness. See that. Move the mind on the right arm. The mind moves on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. You feel the presence. Do you need to think? No. Why? The subtle mind is at work. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Now see the movement. The sensation is physical, it is the physical mind. Relaxation is the subtle mind. And the stillness is the subtlest. To make it further simple, our eyes are open and we look at the world. Don't open the eyes, I'm just citing an example. And I see a black spot which is very subtle on the wall. So it is the subtle mind that becomes aware of that subtle point. And it has an impression even if we close the eyes. We don't need to use the sense organ. There is a qualitative change in the mind. Move the mind on the left arm. So our eyes are closed. Definitely it is the subtle mind that is looking at the left arm. With the memory of the left arm, you feel the presence, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Simplest. You need not to do anything. So what is happening? The mind that is objectified is becoming subjectified. So our great masters have helped us through understanding through the concept and the principles. That is the key. Move the mind on the rib cage, be there, feel, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I talked at length many a times. When the mind is engaged in doing some action, the mind remains at the forefront and it becomes extremely challenging to go beyond the mind. But in today's journey, we keep the mind in a state of passivity. We say, this is the way you look at, this is the way you look at the rib cage. Please look with eyes closed. Be there. Feel the presence. And we grow into sensation, relaxation, and stillness. That habitual and the mechanical mind, after repeat practice, consciously understands that action cannot bring peace and happiness and relaxation. And that raises the awareness of the mind. Everything is simple. I'm trying my best to explain, to give you that right knowledge coming from the teachings. Move the mind on the belly. Feel, be present. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Simple. So move the mind on the right leg. When you are doing this step consciously again and again and again, consciously, not habitually. So your experiences changes every time. And that makes the mind facing to the self. So move the mind on the right leg, be there, feel the presence. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Simple. Move the mind on the left leg, be there, okay. Feel the presence. Good. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Good. And now move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sense, be present there. The mind takes the time to move the mind slowly, gently from the top of the head to the toes. And as you move, you start experiencing variety of sensations, sometimes tingling, numbness, freezing, body rising and sinking. In that experience, I have no role to play. I'm just a pointer. Why? If your mind moves deeper inside, you are looking with a subtle mind, the experiences are bound to happen. Yes, in the beginning, we say so, teacher is responsible for the sake of changing the very mind. Otherwise, now we make it clear to the mind that we are moving inside. So we follow the same habit of the mind, but at the conscious level. Look at the head and the neck. What is outside? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Check. The mind says yes. And at the same time, look inside the head and the neck and be there. So it is the subtle mind that looks inside the head and the neck. What is subtle mind? Subtle mind that does not perceive through the sense organ. So the natural experience is this, maybe we feel some sensation inside in the space. And I designate that sensation as the state of calmness and the space as a state of quietness. Simple. Now see that this mind is raising its bar of awareness and understands what it means by being outside or facing to the world and what it means by facing to the self. Simple. Move the mind on the right arm. What is the right memory? I'm invoking another principle coming from Buddhism. So the very mindfulness is known as the right memory. So what is the right memory here outside the right arm? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the right arm outside. Look inside. Be there inside the right arm. The mind becomes subtle and it experiences sensation in the space, calmness and quietness. Well, if the mind is not pure, we are not a seeker. So not pure means that the mind attracts the wrong knowledge that promotes attachment, craving, obsession, and lot of other stuff. So in experiencing calmness and quietness, those thoughts and the feeling enters. We are not a seeker. Simple. So, but it doesn't mean we cannot become a seeker. So look at the left arm outside. Where is outside? Space, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Simple. And what is inside the left arm? Casually moving the mind and looking inside. You see that all your previous steps and their experiences continue. Notably, Mangalacharan. Open mind, looking inside. And the mind is made to understand this is the way. And then, looking at the rib cage outside, let me make it more specific. Outside the rib cage, just we had the right memory, and the right memory has an experience. I'm just talking, I'm not giving you the steps and your mind moves there, simply. Outside is the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. How simple it is. The mind moves to the stomach all around. All around we experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And the mind jumps inside because now it knows this is only one thing I need to be aware of. What is inside? With a sense of inquiry. And we experience the sensation in the space that I have designated in this today's practice as the state of calmness and quietness. Simple. And then move the mind and the right leg being there. Feel, experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, Just be there inside the right leg. And in that state, you experience calmness and quietness. Mind goes to the left leg outside. The mind does not start working. It remains as a witness. Oh, let me see. If there is stillness is already there. A sense of relaxation is there. I feel the sensation done. You are not creating anything. The moment you want to create, the mind has to be active. The moment the mind has to be active, it faces to the world outside. The moment it faces to the world outside, we destroy the practice. We means your mind destroys the practice. That is why we need Mangalacharan. We need to qualify to become a seeker. Clarity is there. Move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Good. Being there, feeling outside sensation, relaxation and stillness. And inside. If I say move the mind inside the body from the top of the head to the toes, be there. Feel the presence and experience the calmness and quietness. And you realize that the mind is living within. I need not to explain further. So when the mind is living within, one master says that is a grace, that is a blessing. Now see that. How that is? Oh, we'll understand that. So when the mind is living within, from within you are looking at the breath. Oh, let us pick up the three-pointed awareness of the breath as you have done many a times, consciously. So, and just judge it. In the field of awareness, knowledge, experience, they are synonyms. So you know the breath is going in and out. Yes, keep looking, keep knowing. Casually. Second point, you feel the sensation of the breath. When the breath goes in and out, no change. Third point, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And the fourth point, ask a question and experience the answer. Where the breath is moving, in the space. If there is no space, there cannot be any movement. Can I become aware of the fourth point, the space? Live into that state and see what happens. Awareness of the breath means you know the breath is going in and out. Awareness of the sensation of the breath striking the nose, that is also knowledge. You don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, that is also knowledge. And you are aware of the space where the breath is moving on its own. On its own means no change. Means what? You keep aside that ego that looks at the objective world. You keep that in abeyance, if I say so. And keeping in abeyance is one way to understand transcending the mind. One master says, Naham tada moksho. Liberation is there where there is no ego. We'll understand that in the following sessions. Naham tada moksho. Where there is no ego, there is freedom, liberation, awakening. And where there is ego, there is always a bondage, suffering. In one-liner. But to open the one-liner, we start with that Mangala Charan. We settle. Doing nothing. Remain as you are in that state. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, bring your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences And bring the hand down. Eyes are open. We'll share our experiences now. You made it, Terry. That's really good. You wrote to me, internet problem. Yeah, problem is always there in the world outside. Happiness. I don't hear you. You have to unmute your.
Yes, I do.
Yes, Priscilla and Paul, how are you?
I'm calm. That was a very calming meditation.
Wonderful.
I appreciated the talk between you. That was very illuminating.
Yes.
So I thank you.
Yes, you understood that. I was focused on you. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing well. It was interesting when we got to the point of breathing through the nose. My mind recognized the nose, but I didn't have a head.
That's really good.
The only connection it had was the air going in and out of my nose. It didn't go into my stomach or anything. It just stopped there.
That you see that there are 2 points. One is that we understand what it means by the subtler and the subtlest mind. When the mind becomes subtlest, it has nothing to do with any object in the world. So I don't see the head. And the second point, it is the conditioning of the mind which says the breath is going in and the breath is coming out. In means what? Not inside me, but it is inside the body. So that conditioning is also there. So once you break up that conditioning and the mind opens up. That's a wonderful experience. How are you, Ashok?
Yes, so it was going in the right direction, but there were 3 times internet disturbance, and I have to switch on again for the 3 times. So overall it was good.
Yes, overall it is good. You see that there are 2 points. Nothing disturbs us from outside. You said internet disturbed. Why? It is a wrong knowledge. But yes, we need that internet connection to listen to me. So apply both. Wonderful. How are you, Terry?
I'm good. I just returned to doing nothing. Even though I had a lot of distractions and sensations. Visualization. So I just let them pass by.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. That's wonderful.
Turn into the space.
Wonderful. How are you, Shobha? Shobha always busy, she comes late. Very good.
Sorry.
No, sorry. You are good. You're good.
Very wonderful experience, and I'm going with your words, word to word. And after the end of the session, when you are saying something Om, then it was a race seems to me that is spreading my body.
You see that? You see that how great Guru I am? I pass on that energy to you from so far. You are in India, I am here. Keep it up. Very good. So, who is left? So, how are you, Pushkar?
It was a good experience.
Good experience.